this is like forever people. Like both of these separate retreats that we've already done. We did one last year in April, and then we did one this year in January. They are still connecting. They're still getting together. So people are still connecting and doing the things. Yeah. And so that is one thing that I love about this is it's like forever connections that are created with these retreats.
We had a pageant, Miss Senior Colorado at our last retreat. And so now we have someone else who's participating in doing that. And I think that's so awesome that they're doing that. And all the little get-togethers, and you stay connected anytime you go through that many changes with people, which is why we are friends. Because yes. We were in a class where we went through a lot of changes.
Yes.
A lot. And so that's how we stay connected. Class is awesome. And, don't tell Dena, but she's an awesome co-teacher. And so it's live. So now it's recorded forever. But it's, it's an awesome class. And I think that the class itself is kind of life-changing. And so it's very healing. And it's kind of like you kind of shed something when you do this retreat. Like you're just shedding the old stuff and moving into the new you. Whatever part of the journey you are there, it's different for everyone, but it's really cool how people get to connect and go through this experience with a bunch of other women who create that sense of community that I think is so beautiful and so necessary with women, for women to connect with other women and empower other women. Nothing against the dudes, but this whole retreat, I feel like, is really just about like empowering us to kind of like grow however we need to grow.
It's actually a very affordable retreat. It's $1,111 for triple occupancy. So that is 3 people to a room. You do share a bathroom. It is affordable and it's transformational. It's life-changing for so many people. Like we have, if you just even go to embraceretreats.com and look at some of those reviews, people will say, after the retreat, I did this. Even like with Denise, and I know she won't mind me sharing this, but she's just saying, I feel lighter and this and that. And it's not like, I do love us and I love how we work together, but it's also the community. It is the collective of these beautiful women that hold space for you to change and transform and trust yourself and step into yourself and step into your power. And this also includes all of your meals the entire time you're there. It includes the stay. It includes the beautiful amenities.
And the class.
Yeah.
Is included in that. That's part of the tuition for the class.
And then let me just throw this out here too, you guys. I still yell at Kim about this, but she's a big girl, I guess. She does gallery readings. So one of those nights, she reads as many people as she can. She talks to your loved ones who have crossed over, as many as she can. To me, that right there is just huge. The other thing is that soul retrieval you do is so damn powerful. Like you guys, I don't know, I could talk about it forever, but it's definitely worth the money. It's definitely worth the investment. Debbie asked today if she thought maybe it was challenging because it was Mother's Day weekend. And I think this is like one of the best gifts you can give yourself. And if you still have to, sorry, Debbie's calling me. I say her name and she calls. Anyways.
You summoned her.
Susie, tell Debbie to stop. But you're done by 2:00. So if you want to, take your mom to dinner or something to that effect, or go spend time with your kids, it's still doable. But I think do this for you. Like we say it's Mother's Day, but if you are a mother, we all know how that works. Yes. Do this for you. Let it be for you.
Well, and I think you could also like bring your mom, like you and your mom could do it together.
Had quite
that would be yeah. That's kind of, I know that my mother would never be down for that, but some people's moms might. And to those mother-daughter, like Stephanie comes, she's my daughter, even though she's also forced labor, but she is my daughter and she comes. So it's like, it's nice. it's just such a great kind of connection. And it is, I think somebody asked where it was, and Stephanie put Colorado Springs. Essentially, it's not even really to Colorado Springs. It's a Monument, kind of. You get off the Monument exit. It's
East
about,
Monument.
yeah, east. So it's probably like 8 miles east of the Monument exit on I-25. So it's not really that far. It's about like 45 minutes from anywhere pretty much in Denver, unless you're up north, then it's probably an hour. But it's a beautiful retreat center. And so I've never run retreats before. I've never done anything like that. And I think this is freaking awesome, because it's like everything's there. And then of course, and you can, take the class in your pajamas. You don't have to get dressed up. Like, it's such a, I don't know, it's like that community thing. I love that, because I don't have a lot of that unless I have my Easy Bake Coven friends around. But other than that, this is just a beautiful experience. And side note, Dena likes mornings, and she will take you outside to ground. I will be snug in bed at that particular time. But she's for all of you who are morning people, you have Dena. For all of you,
we go out and do earthing, and the last 2 times we went, it snowed. Even in April, like, the weather was fine. We go there, and I swear the snow just came. It was so beautiful and powerful, that first one. But yeah, we will go earthing in the snow if you're down for it. And we've had quite a few brave souls do that. And it's just, actually, it's a really good jump start to your morning if you're a morning person. We also do a morning meditation if you're a morning person. If not, you get to sleep in and chill. If you're a night person, Kim does all the night things.
I do all the night things.
We do artwork at night.
We're doing dancing this time. We're dancing.
Yeah, we're still going to do the art, though. We're still going to do the soul porn.
It's a dance party and art and talking to dead people, because that's how I feel my evenings.
Yes, talking to dead people. Yes, I love it.
The gallery reading, like when you said that I did never expected to be putting that into the retreat, but I think it's so helpful, because a lot of the stuff that we have that we need to work through, not everybody is alive that we want to connect with. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes it's hard, if you had an issue with a parent and they weren't there, or whatever the situation was. And so you have this issue and then they're gone. So who do you resolve it with? So part of this is really about connecting with the other part of the universe, really, that will help you heal in a different way. And the soul retrieval thing is really cool, because it's like, it includes your dead people, but it also includes like you connecting with your soul and bringing back pieces of yourself that you might have felt that you lost along the way. Dena does tapping. Now, I have to say, I didn't realize that I was doing this, but it's her fault. But when I get stressed out and I'm driving, I start doing this. And one day I asked her, I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? She goes, that's the butterfly. And of course it's the butterfly. And so of course it's the butterfly. But it's like the tapping stuff like breaks up all those like thinking patterns, because I don't know about you guys, but like I do this all the time. I sit and think of like worst case, like, oh my God, I said this, I shouldn't have said that. But when I sit there and tap, it kind of clears it all away. Right. So she works with that, and also,
causes a disruption in your energy center. So, I mean, with her just saying that, you guys are going to learn and take home so many tools. It's just not like just come and have fun and then go home and have to deal. Like, we set you up for success, because we will give you tools. So it's not just feel good and then you have to go home to being human again. But you have the tools, and you have goals and intentions and things to strive for. And it's in doable steps. It's not from here to there. And so I think that's great. And so my part is basically helping you to release the limiting beliefs, helping you to release the old stories that you don't want to validate you anymore. And like your habits or the things that you're doing, and you don't understand why you're making these stupid choices or not showing up in a manner you wish that you would. That's what we kind of unpack together and get that cleared out, so that you can step forward and become the powerful woman, that you are, and embrace your inner humanness and love it.
Yeah. And Dena's really good with boundaries. That's not my forte. But she's very good with that. So I'm getting better. I'm working on it. Mm-hmm. But Dena does that. I do a lot of kind of like mental health stuff, like how you think. A lot of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, about like how you think and how to get out of like some of the thinking traps, the ways that we get stuck in our lives. So I definitely like, it's a compliment to what Dena is doing, because it's good to kind of understand how everything's working, and then to be able to disrupt that all. So like the two of us complement each other pretty well with that. I will talk all my nerdy psychology talk that I love, and then Dena does her thing, and then we save the connecting with your loved ones and stuff for not right away. But also, let us not forget
Susie and Rebecca.
And Rebecca. Yes, Rebecca does the most incredible sound healing thing. And I do my soul retrieval right after it, because it brings my energy to that vibration doing it with her. It's freaking phenomenal. So it also brings your guys' energy to that place. And then we go and do the soul retrieval. But the sound bath, I've been around. Okay. Like it's been like almost 20 years we've been doing this stuff. And I've been around and I've never had a sound bath like that. Both times were phenomenal and different. She did it different ways, but it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So Susie does yoga nidra, which is, so people who are like, I'm not a yogi, or I can't do this or that. This is just beautiful presence with your body. It's not like fast, heavy duty yoga. It's just beautiful presence, holding doable positions. And she meets you where she is. And they're both just beautiful and powerful. Susie just finished a retreat in Peru, and that Rebecca did some, sound healing for. But then she also incorporates Qigong. And if you guys have never done Qigong, so powerful. And literally, if you are sensitive to energy, you will definitely feel how it shifts the energy in your body. So we break up, some of the heavier stuff with some of this beauty and empowered movement and presence.
Yeah. Then we have to talk about the fun stuff, the dance party.
Yeah.
So there'll be art and dance parties in the evening. Well, one evening it will be very serious and connecting with loved ones, but the next evening will be a good time. And that way you can come down, we'll have a little pajama dance party. And then on Sunday morning, we kind of like go through everything. We kind of finish up on Sunday morning, get ready, getting you guys out the door like by about 2:00. Yeah. So, we're not that far from Denver. So you still have the rest of your Mother's Day available. But if this is something, like Mother's Day is really about like honoring the nurturer in your life. And so what better nurturer than yourself to take care of you, who knows you best, you. And so doing something like this on that weekend, it might be very beneficial in that way. The other thing is, I don't think that right now we have any scheduled anymore for this year. So this is also kind of like this is the last time we're doing this for a while. This is the third one. We will do them again, but not for a while. So if you're kind of on the fence, and you are like, oh, I don't know. Now might be the perfect time for you to do that, because we don't know what the next one's going to look like. And the other thing is that I think, sometimes people think should I take it again? Do I want to take it again? And I think because Dena and I we don't change it, but we change it, it caters to whatever our group is, whatever group of women kind of comes. And so there's parts that we basically have it all planned. And then there's parts that we might remove and add something else. So you will so sometimes if you come back and do it again, it's a whole different experience. And it's
because you have new eyes too. Like even Debbie, every time she says, and I know Stephanie. Right. They're like, oh, I didn't get that last time. So yeah, there's always so much more to gain. And then just even from one another. I love learning from other human beings.
There's a lot of safe vulnerability in these groups of women. So there's a safety in being vulnerable and expressing yourself and realizing that other people have been through similar shit, because often when you have really hard experiences, sometimes it's hard to relate to other people when you go through those experiences. But in this type of group setting, everybody's got their stuff. Everybody's being vulnerable and they're opening up, and you don't necessarily like feel alone as you're on your journey. And I think that is the main reason why everybody stays connected afterward, because how often are you that vulnerable in a group where you feel like you're seen? And
Right.
so I think those friendships that come from that are freaking amazing. So yeah. You're welcome to come from outside of Colorado. But
we have some people coming from outside of Colorado, and we have in the past as well.
yeah, and so we'll just say DIA, not Colorado Springs Airport.
Yeah, DIA is easier, and I think it's probably maybe the same distance, but I think DIA might be a little closer and probably cheaper to fly into. Probably
it is cheaper to fly into. But Michelle had a good point. She said it would be healing for anyone who might be missing their mom. Yeah. So that's another thing about it. I didn't even think of that, but of course, is like, if, since I'm there, because everywhere I go, they come. If Kim is there, they will come. And so it's like, parents, people, it doesn't even have to be your mom. It could be like the people who like helped raise you. Like maybe your grandma helped, maybe, and she's been in the spirit world and you're not really sure, like, is she around or whatever. So that's why I like those gallery readings on that. It's Friday night that I do it. Is that I love that because you get to reconnect with them and hear messages from them. And like, I think our loved ones, when they pass away, they are in the very best place and way that they can be, because they don't have any human limitations of a body or emotions or any of that stuff. And they understand everything and they understand their impact on you. So it can be very healing just in that regard alone. Just being able to connect with your loved ones and bring them along on your healing journey. And that's, I
was just going to say, also for people who don't have that mother-daughter connection.
Oh, yes.
Great. Like, just come and honor you, come and take care of you. Just let it be a moment where, we can maybe even release a little bit more of that energy that may still be lingering with that relationship, taking your power back and embracing you. So that could be good too.
I often, when you're doing your things, I'm sitting there thinking about my relationship with my mother, because it's difficult, very, very difficult. So a lot of this kind of stuff, and she's alive, and a lot of this kind of stuff can be really like beneficial in the sense that it allows you to feel a little lighter when you leave. There's lots of, you expect your mother, or you expect your parents to have a certain role in your life and to nurture you and take care of you. But the reality is that isn't always how it works. And people are kind of growing up with their kids sometimes. Ask my kids, they'll tell you. And they're kind of, growing up with their kids sometimes. So sometimes our parents don't really have it all together, but it's like in understanding that and being able to let it go and let go of those expectations as well. So sometimes those connections, these things that we're thinking about within the retreat really kind of like bring us to a healing place with even relationships with living people as well. So I love that. All right.
So Dana also shared that she was grateful for the huge release in healing. And I have to say that was a very huge release in healing. But it was also, it was her. It was what she did. So it was us holding the container. I'm out here like this and you guys can't see me. Okay, holding the container. And she just, you did exactly what you needed to do in that moment for yourself. And so everyone's going to have a different experience, but oh my gosh, her experience was so powerful, so beautiful, so hard. But she just went right in and did what she needed to do in that moment. And it was beautiful. So thank you for trusting us, Dana. And thank you for being you.
The transformation stuff with this, because I'm butterfly people. So I love that transformational aspect of things where even if you feel like you've made some progress, but you're like not sure, like what is it that still needs to go? What is it that what's still in my way on my path? is that, you know, this can be kind of like an experience to get in touch with whatever that is, as you like move forward on your journey. Of course, always welcome to email us. The website is embraceretreats.com. You can access it from Dena's site and my site. So, all right, you guys, have a wonderful night.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for showing up for us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and if you want to come back Sunday, we'll be here. Sunday the 20th.
9:30.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.